Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, staff, students, alumni, friends, fans, and everybody all across the world who watches Inside the Den. My name is Justin Robinson, alongside my hosts Julian and Tyler. How you doing, fellas?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Mr. Swerve Robinson?
I'm doing great, sir. We had an eventful weekend this past weekend.
Oh, this weekend was crazy, man.
Did you enjoy this weekend?
Oh, heck yeah, I enjoyed this weekend. It was crazy, eventful, traumatizing.
Traumatic? What happened to you?
Man, that game.
Wow.
It was.
We're not gonna get into that right now. Hold on. Anyways.
What a word.
Right. How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's a blessing to be back here with you guys on another Monday.
Yes.
You know, we've had an eventful weekend, but we're gonna start off this weekend with a little something we call the eventful calendars. The event calendars. Yep. The event calendar for the week starts off with
Black History Month.
I mean, that's not an event calendar. If it's
But I
always
mean,
Black History.
but you know, Black History Month, like it's Black History Month, like that's something you gotta be excited about.
Right.
You gotta, it's Black History. But coming up on the 13th, February 13th, we got a film screening of The Rape of Recy Taylor. The Rape of Recy Taylor exposes the legacy of physical abuse inflicted, and it also reveals Rosa Parks' intimate role in Recy Taylor's story. That'll be at 6:30 p.m. in the Cyber Cafe. Again, that is February 13th, this Wednesday.
Okay, on the 14th, we have a day of random act of kindness. So,
Also known as Love Day.
also known as Valentine's Day.
Yeah, the Love Day, yeah.
That is gonna be easy for me because I already acted.
Okay. I ain't gonna go to that one, okay.
So you're gonna be out here giving people hugs?
Not everybody, just
A lot of people.
You can't, it's not random if it ain't
I know you.
random people.
Let them know you're gonna hug them first, though. Don't just go up to the random person and hug them.
Right. They're gonna be like, ugh, get off me. You know how some of these people be.
Yeah, I do.
But nah.
So being kind is easy for me. So that's gonna be a good day for me. I'm excited about that day. How about you guys?
I am very, very excited about Valentine's Day. Also on the 17th, we have an evening with the Jackson Symphony. The Jackson Symphony will be here on Lane College campus at 3 p.m. in the CMAC Auditorium on February 17th. So if you like the symphony, come out and check out the Jackson Symphony this upcoming weekend. We have a few students and alumni of the month. Well, we have a student of the month and alumni of the month. The student of the month is Lane College's own Marcus W. Perkins II. He is from Jackson, Tennessee. He is a senior history major. He is also the recipient of the McWetcher Scholarship, the 2018-2019 scholarship. He is also the vice president of the Lane College chapter of the NAACP. And he is also a minister of music and youth minister at Agape Christian Fellowship Church in Jackson. After graduation, Mr. Perkins is planning to attend law school and study corporate law. So, as a fellow student, as a fellow senior, I want to applaud you on becoming this month's Student of the Month, and I wish you the best on all your endeavors. After graduation, after April 27th, 2019 at 10 o'clock a.m. in the Oman Arena. That is going to be a very, very eventful day. Also, for a student of the month, the alumnus of the month is Mr. Dr. Jonathan Freeman. Dr. Jonathan Freeman is a native of Greensville, Mississippi, and received his Bachelor of Arts degree in History from Lane College in 2012. While here, he joined Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, the Beta Pi chapter. He continued his studies at the University of Cal Los Angeles, UCLA, and earned his Master of Arts in Afro American Studies in 2014. He went on to earn his doctorate in physiology in American Studies at Purdue University in 2018. And in 2016, Dr. Freeman was awarded a Fulbright U.S. student research grant in South America. So, Lane College students are doing big things out here in the world. So I just want to applaud Dr. Freeman on all of his endeavors as he continues to be great and be a scholar and represent Lane College well. Just want to applaud all of you on that. Also, we want to give a major shout out to the Beta Chi chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated for awarding the school with a check of $1,000 on this past Saturday. That was given at the game. Yeah. I can't wait to talk about this game. Just to throw it out there to you.
Nobody
can't wait
can.
to talk about this game. This game,
Nobody can.
both of the games were exciting, but we're not gonna get into that. We're going to continue on tomorrow. If you need help writing a cover letter, there will be a cover letter workshop, writing workshop tomorrow night. That would be in the STEM lab or the English lab. You can get with the writing personnel, writing personnel, and get all the information you need about that. Can we get a graphic of the hours for the STEM and English lab so everyone can know what time they can go and just check that out, you know? So, man, there you go. Right there, the STEM and SBB, Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. So make sure you guys use all your resources and go get help with the cover letter on tomorrow. I do want to give another shout out to everyone who attended Saturday's game. We appreciate everyone who come out and everyone who watched on Facebook Live. We had a nice crowd on Saturday. But enough with that. We're going to talk sports when we get back after these messages.
You gonna get a ticket?
A parking ticket? Man, I wish somebody would give me a parking ticket. Get out of here with that. I'm stuck. Wow.
That's what you get. That's what you get. How much?
That's
How
crazy.
much?
$50.
I bet you get that parking ticket. I bet you
Man,
listen
that's
to me.
crazy.
I bet you
That is
listen to me.
crazy. Attention all Lane College students. Please be sure to get your parking decal. You can purchase a decal in the cashier's office. Parking decals are $50 for the year. This message is brought to you by Lane College.
The library located in CMAC at Lane College is not only the pursuit of potential, but it is where we learn to succeed. With over a collection of 90,000 volumes of print and non-print materials, the library provides 10,942 ebooks for faculty members, students, and staff members. Sections are designed for individual study, small group study rooms, seminars, viewing rooms, and computer facilities. Staffed with 3 beautiful librarians, this is definitely where true potential is conquered.
And welcome back to this lovely show we call Inside the Den. How you doing, Julian?
What?
You
I'm
all right?
doing good. What was?
I'm just asking were you all right? You know, I can't check up on you.
You guys didn't like the dance that I just did? You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
the name?
Hey, get it one more time. Do that. Hey, y'all.
Do kids even do the name anymore?
I don't think so. But
I know they doing that one dance. You go,
I'm not much of a dancer.
whoa.
Whoa. You know what I'm saying?
I
You know how to do that?
I think that's the
You know
most
how
hip
to do
dance
that
right
dance?
now.
The whoa?
Yeah. You know how to do that?
Probably not.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
You don't know how to
whoa,
use
whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
you just-
whoa, whoa,
Whoa.
whoa.
Maybe you guys are shooting me shots right now. Let's just Millie Wop.
Speaking of shooting, basketball has come back home to JF Lane Gymnasium as we faced Lemoyne on this past Saturday. It was a big rivalry game this past Saturday, and did it turn out to be a big rivalry game?
Yeah, no, it did. And before we dig too deep into that, we want to bring up that the men's baseball season is approaching. They have games this Wednesday. The first games are this Wednesday against Christian Brothers University in Memphis, Tennessee. And then we also want to give a special shout out to the women's softball team. They have an overall record right now of 5-1, and they just went 3-1 this past weekend, picking up some pretty decent blowout wins. They had a big win over Virginia Union 10-1, Bowie State 10-2, and Grambling 14-1. They took a tough loss to Winston-Salem 5-10, but you know that the 3-1 is not that bad in tournament play.
It's not. They also have 2 games coming up this Wednesday against Crawley's Ridge College at 1 p.m. at Muse Park. So make sure you guys go and support the Lady Dragons softball team at Muse. Don't forget.
Softball team making some noise. I'm very, very proud. I'm a proud Dragon.
Yes, they also have games this Saturday and this Sunday against Jarvis Christian College and Russ College. So be on the lookout for that on this weekend. If you don't have anything else to do this weekend, go out and check the softball team out and check out a good game.
Yeah, but the rivalry game. I mean, I know y'all just kind of got into that. That was the highlight of this. Right. Well, but the real talk. That was the highlight of this past weekend. Like everybody and their mama came out to that game.
Yes.
I got word from Josh Lemons like it was a sellout crowd.
It was.
They
It was
weren't
sellout
letting anybody
crowd.
back into the gym.
Right. I was just about to say that. It was so packed that it was a line outside all the way to Graves almost.
That's how big this rivalry game was.
Yes, and did it turn out to be a big rivalry game? The women basketball team took a tough loss.
Wow.
They took a tough one this week. They lost by 3, 59-62 with seconds left on the clock.
That was a winnable game.
That was a very winnable game.
And me and Julian had the luxury of calling both the men and the women's game. But yeah, I think we did a pretty good job.
Y'all did an amazing job this Saturday. I did want to say that.
Thank you so much,
as the
Swerve.
producer of the game.
If y'all missed it, go back and watch the game.
Yes,
Both games are on YouTube.
It's on YouTube right now, so make sure you go check that out at Lane College WLCD TV. Make sure you like and subscribe and click the little ring-a-ding-ding button on the side of the subscribe so you can get all the notifications on all of our updates that we post. But
the win, yes, they should have won that game. Man,
yes, they should have.
Talked about it like, you know, they played, they lost, they had a lead, they lost the lead, and they played well enough to win the game. And they probably should have, but you know, me and Julian talked about it once again. It was just, I think it was some coaching errors later on in that game.
It seemed like the team, the Lady Dragons got outcoached at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be, by it being outcoached, they got outplayed at the end of the game.
And like I said, it was a winnable game.
Yeah, very much so.
That's a big game that they should have won. Like, and Treese McCoy had a big. The seniors pretty much they stepped up. And Treese McCoy, she had a big game with 16 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Addie McNeely had 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, 1 assist. But you know, their biggest contributor, in my opinion, was
Chastity Moore.
Well, yes. But I was going to say Miranda Burks. But down the stretch.
Down the stretch, when it came down to it, Moore and Hannah had double figures in rebounds. Yeah, they both had 10 rebounds apiece.
I was about to say, and I know Moore, she had a double-double, and Hannah messed around and nearly got a triple-double. So, yeah, I mean, they
And what Ice Cube say? Almost messed around and got a triple-double. Yes. Portia Hannah had 8 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 blocks.
With the
yes,
assist.
She was a blocking machine.
She threw a dime. It was a backdoor pass, too, so that was on 1 assist. I remember that play distinctly because I was cold. But Yeah.
Yes, that was a very, very interesting game. Brianna Burks came back, and she was a key contributor throughout the entire game. She helped set the pace for the entire game with Burks and McCoy in the backcourt. It really sets a tone for the entire team, and I love it when those two are back. I'm really glad that Brianna is back. As you can see there, she's making a play. And I'm really glad that she's back and she's playing. I can't wait to see what she has in store for the rest of the season, because I know these girls are going to the tournament and they're going to play very well.
And the other thing there too, though, we just talked about coaching, like down the stretch, you know, when they needed a 3-point ball. Burks was consistent throughout the entire game shooting a 3.
Yes.
I mean, she shot 3 lights out for the most part.
Yeah.
But down the stretch, you know, she wasn't utilized. They didn't play her, right? And that was the mistake that they made, especially when they needed a big time shot. They needed 3-point shooters on the court, and that just didn't happen. And that ultimately cost
big time players made big time plays, and
big time situations.
And I mean,
right in big time situations.
13 points.
She did, but they actually put her in at that last play. They actually almost turned the ball over right before that.
I don't
But
get.
they got the ball back, and she had the ball. She had the ball with like.
It was the second left.
It's like 1.4. It was 1.4 seconds on the clock, and all she could do is grab it, turn around, and shoot.
And it was contested in the corner.
I honestly don't know. I honestly don't agree with the call to leave Brianna Burks out of the game. She's one of your sharp shooters, and I honestly think that Coach Anderson picked the wrong time to put Brianna Burks into the game, because you know that she's a playmaker. They have a lot of playmakers, but you know, Burks, one of their biggest threats at 3-point from behind the arc, very, very, you know, if you leave her at the 3-point line, you're just asking for trouble. You're just giving me trouble. Give me trouble. You're just asking. Just give me trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and they end up losing that game. They are 8-8 in the conference and 9-16 overall. So I do want to say they have increased over the last few seasons with their play and their record in the conference. It has gotten better. They are really working hard, and I do want to say a big congratulations to Antrice McCoy and Addie McNeil. We thank you guys for your contributions to the team as you played here. But we are getting ready for April 27th.
They got one more game. The Dragons have one more game though.
Yes, they do. They play Spring Hill on the 18th. If I'm not mistaken, that is next Monday. So be on the lookout for that. That will be in the JF Lane Gymnasium, and it will be streamed on Facebook Live. So
we got you. I'll get to see our faces and hear our voices.
Yes, you guys will get to see and hear these two guys call the game. These two guys are wonderful at calling the game. He has the voice of an ESPN commentator, so I really enjoy that. You see the smile on his face. He's really involved by that. Like, he really liked that right here. So now for the men's game. Now the men's game was a big game. A few weeks ago, they played down at Lamar Norn, and they lost. A tough one.
By a last-second layup.
By a layup.
Oh, my goodness. Man, that was so freaking bad for them.
Yes, but they actually, at the beginning of the game, they were down 18 points.
Yeah, well, really later on in the second half. I mean, they ended up overcoming that lead, I think, either early on in the fourth.
No, they overcame that, I think, with like 8-9 minutes left in the game. In the second half. In the second half. This is not the girls' game. Right, exactly.
You know, things weren't really looking good for the Dragons. You know, coming out of halftime with giving up 3-point shots. They could not find a way. They could not find a way to chase Lamar Norn off of the 3-point line. And you'll hear me say that if you rewind the game and watch it over again. But they could not chase Lamar Norn off the 3-point line. But Lane College came up with some 3-pointers of their own, because they have some sharpshooters as well.
Yes,
and Daniel Hill had an excellent game, and so did Jameer Mix.
They did have excellent games. They were also missing some big key players.
Seniors.
Yes, 2 seniors were out for the game. over some injuries. They both have ACL injuries.
Terrence Holmes and Shanti Sanders. Right?
Yes, yeah. Holt and Sanders, two of their big pieces. They went down over the 12-day break that they had. Well, it wasn't a break. They went a road trip. Right, yeah. So, and they both got injured over that span of time. But everyone else, this was a game for everyone to step up and contribute to the win. And they did. They won 87-83. Daniel Hill had 19 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. LaJusta Anderson had 19 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals.
Went 40% from the 3-point line.
Yes.
So he went 4 for 10 shooting the 3-ball, and that ended up being key too, right there.
It did. DeMarque Brown had 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 steals, 1 assist. Kendarius Ash had 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 big-time free throws to seal the game. And you cannot forget about the big block that he had at the end of the game. Yeah. The game was tied. Lamont Owen was driving down. He went up for a layup, and KD was right there waiting. So he went up, he patted the ball down. Mm-hmm. And it was tied up. He went down. They went down the court, and he sealed the game with some free throws.
And it seemed like this game, it seemed like at least, everybody stepped up in their own right. But the senior Sean brought when it was really time to.
Yes,
especially
Jameer Mix.
Yeah, and I dubbed him, me and Julian both, we dubbed him the player of the game on Saturday. Because he was the one that knocked down the big 3-point shot.
Well deserved.
To tie the ball
Well
game
deserved.
back up. And then he also was the one that come up with the loose ball. I forget how much time. I think it was the second to last possession.
Yeah, I remember that.
The Magicians had it. But he still finished with 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. So,
yes.
He had a pretty productive game. He stepped up, and
I think
player of the game. Yeah.
he wanted it because last year he was out hurt.
Yeah.
And then the year before that, they lost to Lamont in a tough loss. Yeah. So it was like he really wanted this win to finish off his senior year. It was something that he really wanted. They have been talking about this game since they got back.
Yeah.
Like this was the most talked about game of the entire year. Mm-hmm. So to come back off a 12-day road trip and 2 of your players is out, you got to have some players that can also step up and fill those voids where you don't have your 20 points from Holt, where you don't have your 6-7 assists from Sanders. So those things were picked up very well, especially in the game.
It was a big boost too, like for them to come back home. They needed this game.
They did.
They needed it to be this rivalry game, which it was. They needed to see all of the fans, all of the crowd. They needed to see all of the student body in attendance, the alumni, the faculty. Like everybody was loud. It was heavily secured also. But everybody was at this game, and they probably needed that for their confidence. They needed that boost, and it helped them overcome the 18-point game.
Yes, they wasn't going down without no fight, especially in front of that big crowd. I think we had a crowd of 700 people in the gym. So, we don't have those big gyms.
It was an energy booster.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't the teams just going at it. The fans were going at it, too.
Yes,
it was a fan war.
Yes,
it was a fan war. The 901 brought their people down to the 731. And they were making noise. Those girls were acting like cheerleaders. I think those were the cheerleaders.
Yeah, I think some of the cheerleaders.
Yeah, those are the they act like cheerleaders.
But no, they were going at the
that's possible.
Fans. The girls were going at the Lange's cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The dance. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yes, the cheerleaders were loud.
Yeah,
it was a very good atmosphere. It was like a real HBCU basketball game.
Yeah, off of that, it was even dope at halftime too. I know you guys probably didn't get a chance to see it. But all of the fraternities and the sororities of the Divine Nine were out there strolling and hopping, and it was a really dope HBCU atmosphere.
Yes, it was.
It was almost TV.
I haven't had that experience. That was the first time the Lamont Owen game has been inside of that gym in almost 3 years. 3
they wanted
years
in a renovated gym. at that.
Yes.
With it being
Last time we played
sports,
Lamar Norn at home, we played down the street at the Omen Arena. And it really couldn't get us loud because
It's in a bigger
atmosphere, environment.
yeah.
It's in a bigger atmosphere. And like we only had 700 people to come out to the game. So granted, we could have had more.
Right. If they would have let the
if
people
they-
in.
Yeah,
Right.
but you know, I'd rather the game be inside the gym instead of the Omen Arena.
Yeah, we had the fans hovering our back, like, you know, we
Yes.
could hear the chirping that they were talking to the players, and like it was like
It was a game. It was very intense.
Yeah.
That is the most talked about game of the year. Every year that game is circled on the calendar.
That was
as it should be.
That was
Basketball.
that was one of the greatest games that I've ever called here at Lane College. Hands down, that is the best game that I've ever called. An 18 point deficit, winning by 4, HBCU atmosphere. It couldn't have gotten any better.
But and what made it better too at that was Lemoyne Owen had a chance to put the game away.
They did.
They had a chance, but
They had
blew
multiple
it.
chances.
Yeah, blew
They
it.
had about
Like
3 or 4 chances.
Yeah, they had 3 or 4 turnovers that was just
seal the game, to call it was over with. And it was just like those dragons just kept fighting and they kept fighting. They wouldn't give up. And I liked that.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
You know something? Turnovers and missed free throws, that's karma. That's karma. It can come back to bite you.
Jameer Mix actually he made up for his first half mistake.
Yeah.
In the first half, it was
a couple turnovers.
he had a couple turnovers and one big turnover. It was a fast break. He had lost the ball, and it was like the whole crowd was like, "Oh, come on, man!"
Then he hit 3 in the end of the game.
and everybody loved him.
Redemption.
But, yes, redemption. But more on that on the next segment. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey everybody, I hope your students enjoyed your summer. This 2018-2019 school year, we have a lot in store for you. And speaking of stores, make sure you visit your local bookstore so you can get your books. Every student this year is entitled to their own books. It's included in your tuition. So stop by today. It's behind your water tower located right by the all-girls dorm. On your way there, you'll see the gym and you'll see the blacktop. Just make sure you're looking out for the bookstore. We can't wait to see you. Hi, Reggie.
Why are you doing all this speeding? What time you gotta be there, huh? You ain't James Bond. You ain't some GTA character. You are not on Fast and Furious, okay? This is real life, and you are a normal pedestrian. Look at a speed sign, all right? Turn off that radio. Pay attention so you don't end up killing somebody like this fool almost did to me. This message is sponsored by Lane College, the power of potential. And remember, drive carefully.
That commercial gets me every time. But welcome back to Inside the Den. On this segment, it's the soapbox. This is the segment where we can talk about anything. And what's best to talk about than the Grammys and the NBA All-Star Game? First, we're gonna kick off with the Grammys. And the Grammys it felt very black womanish. Alicia Keys is the host. Mrs. Obama made an entrance at the beginning of the show. It was just a very good atmosphere. I ended up catching it later on in the day, but I do have some of the results right here. Cardi B actually is the first female solo rap artist to win Rap Album of the Year. So big congratulations to Cardi B on winning that award. That is big right there.
Her is another dope female artist that came up.
On me.
No, but
Can you focus? All right.
But no, her did a thing as well too. She ended up coming away with best R&B album with her. And she got the best. What else was it? She had the best R&B performance. That's what it was. Best part. That was her featuring.
Her and Daniel Caesar.
Yeah.
That is a great song right there.
Yes, that is. Yeah.
I love that song right there.
That's a February 14th song right there.
It is.
Yeah.
Drake won Best Rap Song with God's Plan.
God's Plan. Did you see Pusha T's face after he won? Though?
He was like,
right, yeah, like.
Hey, you know what? I have some questions for the nominees for the Grammys, but hey, who am I? I mean, I don't feel like Pusha T should have been nominated for rap album. I mean, the only reason, right? Why wasn't Travis Scott's album
and
up there for
Cardi B? Because I mean, yeah, she deserved it, but Travis Scott.
I mean, she did. That Victory Lap was a great album.
Like,
I'm very.
KOD.
Look, this was.
Nominated.
I feel like it was a big year because Nipsey got nominated for the Grammy. So that was a big deal right there, man. The West Coast is coming back, man. So shout out to everybody that's coming out the West Coast. Minus one person, but anyways, big shout out to Dave Chappelle. He won Best Comedy Album.
The legend, yes.
At the Grammys.
Rick James.
Man, that is big right there. So he really put on for all the black comedians in the game right now. So big salute to Dave Chappelle on winning that right there.
Also, Childish Gambino came away with 3. He got the best music video, song of the year, record of the year with This Is America.
This is America. Don't get you slipping out. Don't get you slipping out. Look what I'm pimping out. That is my jam right there.
That video is dope. If y'all haven't seen that video,
make sure you go check that video out.
I actually did a blog on that video. Like I wrote a whole article. Yes, dope.
That video is dope. It says a lot in that video. Also, now enough with the Grammys. We ain't gonna keep going over the Grammys. Wait.
You gotta say that like the hip hop's first couple. I mean the Carters.
What they win?
Carter, best urban contemporary album. Everything Is Love. So I mean, you got to give a shout out to that.
Big shout out to the Carters on
winning.
Beyonce
and that Jay-Z. I mean,
you know, you say they're the top of the game right now.
I mean, that's the couple.
The couple.
Yeah, that's the right there.
What about never mind.
No.
Anyways, on to more news. All-Star Weekend is approaching. When I mean approaching, is this weekend. If you didn't know, All-Star Weekend is this week. Let's check out Team LeBron and Team Giannis. First, we're going to start with Team Giannis. Star lineups is Giannis Antetokounmpo, Steph Curry, Joel Embiid, Paul George, and Kemba Walker.
And then Team LeBron starting 5 is Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, and Kawhi Leonard.
Of course, Team LeBron gets the cold players.
Well,
wait. Hold on. They drafted on national television who was going to pick who.
Exactly.
Giannis chose his team. LeBron chose his.
I'm actually excited. Like this is actually going to be a pretty even matchup.
Yes, LeBron's reserves are Bradley Beal from Washington, LaMarcus Aldridge from San Antonio, Anthony Davis from New Orleans, Bradley Beal, I said that once, Damian Lillard, Ben Simmons, Klay Thompson, Karl Anthony Towns, and of course, Dwayne Wade.
Man, I can't wait for this game all of a sudden.
Yes.
I'm going to go through Giannis reserves real quick. Blake Griffin, Nikola Jokic, Kyle Lowry, Chris Middleton, Dirk Nowitzki, Westbrook, D'Angelo Russell, and Nikola Vucevic. Who you got, Drew?
To win, Team Giannis or Team LeBron?
Man.
Pick one.
Team LeBron. Team LeBron out. Team LeBron.
Team LeBron. Y'all know how we coming. Team LeBron is going to win. 2 years. Look, 2 years in a row since they did this. LeBron's team is going to win. And guess what? He picked KD first last year. He also picked KD again this year.
But he also got Anthony Davis and Klay Thompson too. So that's quick pluggers because they coming to the Lakers.
What if Team LeBron doesn't win? All of this was for nothing. It just looks silly now.
But they get incentives too for winning. So,
do you know they had a trade in the middle of the draft? Initially, Giannis picked up Ben Simmons, and LeBron picked up Westbrook. and then they traded Ben Simmons for Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
So that was the first time that has happened in NBA All-Star history. That was very exciting.
He got the little him. So
I said, yes, he did. Speaking of little hymns, we want to say hello to all the little hymns out there. Anyways,
this is a great show.
yes, it is. We want to say good night to everyone who is going to watch this. Thank you all for watching. This has been a great episode. We'll see you guys again on next week. Once again, I'm Justin Robinson. This is Julian Atkins, and this is Tyler Newkirk. And we'll see you again next Monday. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to Lane College WLCD TV on YouTube, and follow all of our social medias immediately.
Peace out, y'all. Love.
Peace, love, and hair grease.